Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I've done a video like this before on my channel, so I'm just going to make this maybe into a little series where I have a random generator pick out 10 eyeshadow palettes and I just want to discuss whether or not I would repurchase them or not. Now I'm using the same random generator wheel that I did for my first one, so I have all of those palettes wrote out here on a note for me, so if those get pulled again then I can just skip over them. But I don't know, I just like these kind of videos. I've seen other creators do them. Emily's Makeup Bag is one of the creators that I originally saw doing this, and I believe I've seen other creators do it as well. I really like these types of videos. I like to see whether or not someone would actually repurchase an eyeshadow palette or not, knowing what they know about it now. So let me go ahead and pull up my little random generator here and we can get started. Okay, let's let it pick the first one. Okay, e.l.f. Cosmetics Psychedelic Dreams. That's one of their little 4-pan, what do they call those, the little bite-sized eyeshadows. That was one that was from a limited edition collection. Next one. Okay, Adept Cosmetics Flying Fiddles. Flower Beauty Jungle Lights palette. Okay, Rude Cosmetics, this is the Cool Tone Peanuts palette, because there was a warm tone and a cool tone version. Okay, Tarte Frosted, I believe this is one of those, okay, it's like one of those palettes that they had that were like dessert themed kind of. Yeah, I don't know the full name of it off the top of my head because I just kind of abbreviated it in here, but I don't know the full name, but it's one of those more dessert palettes. Of course, we'll get to it in just a second. Nomad Cosmetics Polar Express. Oh, that's ironic given my last No Pen Left Behind update. Urban Decay Naked 3 Mini. Okay, so we need 3 more palettes. Okay, we have ColourPop Warm Wishes. Okay, it's already done the rose water one. I had that one in my previous update, so we're going to let it spin again. That's another one that it picked for the last update. We're going to let it spin again. Okay, the e.l.f. Cosmetics Boston Cream. That's another one of their little 4-pan palettes. So one more palette. Okay, the ABH Nouveau palette. Alright, let me grab all of these and then we'll get started. Okay, let's start out with these little smaller palettes first. So first we have the little e.l.f. quad. This was from their Good Vibes Only collection. This is the Psychedelic Dreams palette and it looks like this right here. It's a cute little quad. There's nothing wrong with it. The quality was great. I've used it a couple of times. No, I wouldn't repurchase it because I never reached for it. It hasn't come up yet in my No Pen Left Behind, but it is one that I am curious to see if I will really like it once I apply it one more time. I have been getting more into these more limey greens a little bit. I know that I have kind of a neon lime green, well I don't say neon, but it's kind of like, well I guess lime and neon. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like a lime green from Divina Cosmetics, and I've been wearing it kind of frequently, so I don't know. This might end up being one that I really enjoy if I end up using this one again in my next No Pen Left Behind or whenever I might decide to use it, but right now, no, it would not be one I would repurchase. Now, you can't repurchase this one anyway. It was limited edition, but if you could, I don't think I would. Okay, the next one we have here is from their Dunkin' Donuts collection, and this was the Boston Cream little quad here, which is this beautiful neutral palette with this really soft pop of pale yellow. Now, I have not used this one in a long time, so I'm just basing this off of my memory from the last time I used it. While I remember liking it because it is right up my alley, it's a little neutral quad, I'm all about that, I don't think I would repurchase it. I just have other palettes that I reach for more over these little e.l.f. little 4-pan palettes. The one out of these that I really, really, really love is Rose Water. That's my #1 palette from these little 4-pans from e.l.f. That one's my favorite one. I also like the one that I Like You a Latte or I Love You a Latte. I can't ever remember if it's like or love. 12. I like that one too because it's an all matte neutral palette. So no, I don't think I would repurchase this one. I think it's cute from what I remember liking it, but no, I don't think I would repurchase this one either. Even if it was still available, I just don't think I would repurchase it. Okay, we have the ColourPop little Warm Wishes 5-pan palette. Now this was a little holiday palette from a few years ago. Now it does have one of those pressed glitters in it right here, this shade right here, but the rest of the shades are more like, you know, just normal, traditional shades. The thing is I do think this is a nice little 5-pan palette. I think the quality was good. I remember using this and I had nothing against it. In fact, this was the palette that I've got that eyeliner from that I've been so obsessed with lately, just been using it daily. I think, yeah, this was the palette. I think that one come with, I'm not sure. No, I wouldn't repurchase it. I have these shades a lot in other palettes that I would reach over this one, and I'm not a fan of pressed glitters. I don't like to place them around my eyes. I know that this is, I think, is that updated formula that ColourPop did, so it's not as bad as it used to be, but I'm still kind of iffy about using that around my eyes. So no, I would not repurchase this one. I don't think it's a bad palette by any means, but I don't think I would repurchase it. But now, I don't believe this one's available anyway, but even if it was, I have these shades in other palettes that I like a lot better. Next we have the Urban Decay Naked 3 Mini palette, and we have this little beautiful rosy 6-pan. Now, yeah, I would repurchase this one. Now, I know that I actually did say that one time before about the, I think it was the Naked 2 Mini or something like that. I can't think of the name of that one, and that was one that I recently used in a No Pen Left Behind, and I decluttered that one. And it's really because even though that one was a beautiful all matte palette, it was just so powdery, the shades blended away, it was frustrating to use. This one I don't remember having that issue with, but now I haven't used it lately, so my feelings might change on this once I actually maybe either use it on my own or use it in my No Pen Left Behind, no matter what. But just based on the way I remember it, I would absolutely repurchase this one. I think this is just a really lovely, beautiful little color story. I do have the large Naked 3 palette too, and that's a beautiful palette. If you're into those kind of pinky rosy tones, that's a beautiful palette as well. But yeah, for right now, this is definitely one that I would repurchase if I lost it for whatever reason. Okay, we have the Flower Beauty Jungle Lights eyeshadow palette, and we have these 6 absolutely beautiful metallic shades. And when I say metallic, these look like liquid metal on your eyes. These are absolutely beautiful. Yes, I would repurchase this. The only thing about this palette, I ordered it from Ulta initially. It came shattered. They sent me a replacement. It came shattered. The replacement, luckily, only this shade and I believe, yeah, this shade. These two came slightly shattered and I had to repress them. So if you're seeing a little bit, some of this shade did mix in a little bit with this up here. So if you're seeing that, that's what that is. But that's the only thing about these palettes. I don't know if you ordered from Flower Beauty directly, if it would be better, but ordering from Ulta is a nightmare. They break everything. And the fact that they had to send this to me twice and it broke both times is, what? I don't know. They told me to just keep them and then they refunded me finally in the end. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But regardless of that tainted memory, this is a beautiful, excellent palette. And yes, I would repurchase it. Now, the other one that I have is my favorite. The one that's called Desert Lights. That one's my favorite because it's more of the neutral tones. But this is a really beautiful option. This is one that if you love to wear an all matte eye and a pop of sparkle, this would be an excellent palette for that. I know they have 2 more now. I would love to pick those up, but ordering them from Ulta is what's keeping me from not doing so, but this is a beautiful palette I would repurchase. Okay, the next one is from Tarte. This is their Sweet Tarte Frosted palette, and it's this really beautiful pinky neutral color story. I'm not sure if these this one reflects really badly, so I'm going to go ahead and put it down, but it's just this really beautiful pinky color story, kind of similar to the little mini Naked 3 palette. Yeah, I would repurchase this one. I'm not sure if they're still available, but it is an absolutely beautiful quality. There's another one that's a little bit more warm and toasty. It's like a beautiful warm tone neutral. That one is excellent as well. So yeah, I would definitely repurchase this. I think it is a absolutely beautiful color story. The quality is amazing. Some of these shimmer shades are stunning on the eyes, and the mattes are very easy to work with, which is the way I've always experienced Tarte's formula. it's always just been an easy formula for me to work with. I've always enjoyed their palettes, so yeah, I would definitely repurchase this one. Okay, we have the ABH Nouveau eyeshadow palette. This one was sitting right here in my little basket. This was kind of one of my spring palette picks, and absolutely I would repurchase this palette. This is one of the most stunning palettes I think this brand has. They have some other beautiful palettes, don't get me wrong, but this palette right here is so beautiful, and what I love about this one is the fact that if you are someone inspired by the seasons, this is a perfect palette for all year round. I mean, any season, I think you could create a beautiful look. I mean, from spring to summer to fall. I don't know about winter so much. You might could, well, that shade right there might be pretty for winter, or even that pop of lilac might be pretty for winter. But I just think this is a beautiful palette that if you're inspired by that, it's an all-round palette. It's beautiful. The quality is beautiful. Shades are stunning. Yes, yeah, I would definitely repurchase this one. But now if you're not into purchasing ABH, I think Alter Ego has a dupe of this palette. If you like the color story but want one that's more affordable, I believe. Now, I've never tried Alter Ego before, but I've heard good things. But I always like to mention that if I know there's a dupe, because I realize that these are expensive palettes, but this color story is so stunning. Okay, the next one we have is Rude Cosmetics. This is their Peanuts Shades of Peanuts. This is the Cool Tone palette. It just comes in that little sleeve. And this looks like this right here. It is a really, really pretty, more cooler tone, slightly cooler tone. I say that because I have the warm tone option as well, and really there's not that much difference between them. I think it kind of has a little bit of coolness in it, but it also does have some warmth in it as well. So you know what, take that for what you will. Now, I remember really loving the quality of this palette as well as the other one too. Would I repurchase it? No, I don't think so, simply because I just don't reach for this palette. It's a beautiful neutral palette, and I think it's beautiful. It is a beautiful palette. And I think it's super cute with the little theme and everything, because, okay, I'm going to try to show you. You can kind of see there, I know I'm showing you the camera and everything, but you can kind of see just how cute this palette is. Like, it's really adorable, but no, I don't think I would repurchase it, but luckily I found this at TJ Maxx for like a really, really good price. It was next to nothing as far as what it costs, so I'm not out of anything by having it in my collection, but no, I wouldn't repurchase it. But I do think it's a cute palette, and I remember really liking the quality of it, so no complaints with the quality. It's just not something I would repurchase. I have other neutral palettes I like better. Okay, we have Adept Cosmetics Flying Fiddles palette with this really beautiful lacy cover. And then we have this palette right here. This is definitely like a neutral palette, but with a little bit more of a twist from this brand. It is a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I don't really like the mattes in this palette, which is like here and here and here, I believe. And there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put this matte here to make it like all the mattes out here. But the shimmer shades are absolutely gorgeous and stunning. They're beautiful on the eyes. They are everything. I'm not a fan of the mattes, though. I remember not liking the mattes. Now, would I repurchase this palette? No. Now, the reason why I say that is I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I don't dislike it. That's the thing. I think it's a beautiful palette. I'm not a fan of the mattes. I think the shimmer shades are better than the mattes. I just remember struggling with them being patchy. It's been a while since I've used this eyeshadow palette. But I don't know. I just don't think, yeah, no, I wouldn't repurchase it. I don't know why exactly. I mean, it's a gorgeous eyeshadow palette. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful, but I just don't know. For some reason, I just wouldn't repurchase this palette. I don't know. I guess it's because it's a little bit, I hate to say intense, that's not the right word. I guess it kind of is. The shimmers are very impactful. They're beautiful, but I don't know. Something is just telling me I wouldn't repurchase this, and maybe it was the price. I want to say this palette was like $80. I mean, it was kind of an expensive palette, and if I'm going to put that kind of money in a palette, I would rather place it in a Natasha Denona palette, which is she makes shades that I like, thus so. You know what I mean? This is what I like. So I don't really have a good reason as to why I wouldn't repurchase it. I just know that I wouldn't because I don't really use it now, and I don't know. So no, I wouldn't repurchase it, but I think it's beautiful. Okay, the next one is the Nomad Cosmetics Polar Express eyeshadow palette, which this beautiful train artwork. And then on the inside we have these reds, neutrals, and blues, and whites, and silvers in here. This is a gorgeous eyeshadow palette. Please don't get me wrong, but no, I would not repurchase it because I would rather have their Ghost Town palette, which is more a neutral palette. Maybe a little bit of a slight twist to it, but it's a neutral palette. This is not neutral. I mean, yes, there is a row here of neutral, and there are some pops of neutral, but the blues and the reds, I think, is what throws me off in this palette. It's a beautiful palette, but no, I wouldn't repurchase it. I would rather have their Ghost Town palette, which is just my preference because that is a definite neutral palette. So no, for this one, I wouldn't repurchase. But yeah, there we have all 10 of these eyeshadow palettes. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that, you know, I don't know. Now, I'm not going into this with the mindset of decluttering any of these. It's kind of just makes me think about them a little bit differently. Like, would I repurchase them? How do I feel about them now? Now, I will say the Nomad palette, since I have already used that one in my No Pen Left Behind, that might actually end up being one that I pass on, that I declutter, because I just don't see myself wanting to use it again. It's nothing against the palette, it's beautiful, but it's just a preference thing. I mean, look at what I'm wearing today. You see it. It's just this little matte eyeshadow. And maybe that's why I would say I don't want to purchase the Flying Fiddles, can't talk palette again, because this is an all matte eye. I do have a little bit of sparkle in here, but nothing much, and I've just gotten to where I like an all matte eye way more than I do the sparkle stuff. I still like sparkly stuff, but maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm saying I know I wouldn't want to repurchase the Flying Fiddles, because it is a lot of shimmer, and the shimmers are beautiful, but I just don't wear a lot of shimmers like that. I like this. I love an all matte eye, and I've really been getting more and more into that lately, so that's probably the reason why I wouldn't repurchase that one. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. Follow me on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and whatever products I can find, I will list and link for you below, and they are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission, and if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!